Okay, I'm going to demonstrate how a Pitchit AI agent can be installed into a abandoned cart workflow. And so you've got, let's just say, a potential customer who was going through a self-serve buyflow or was on a live call with a call center agent. And in both scenarios, they might have bounced out. So maybe they hung up the phone, maybe they stopped checking out, but you do have their contact information. You've got consent to do a second swing attempt to get a hold of them again and try to at least recover this abandoned cart, right? So the AI agent, it's going to have access to voice, SMS, email, and WhatsApp, and it'll be trained on quiet hours as well as the hours of your call center. And you can give it the sales process that you want it to execute, so up to 10 attempts on voice, SMS, email, and WhatsApp to try to get a hold of this person. Those are all kind of standard inside of our AI agent builder tools that you've got. But I'm going to use a nice starter template here. So it's going to effectively reach out to them and say, hello, this is Pitchit. We noticed you were in the process of signing up for internet, phone, or utility, but looks like you abandoned your cart. Can I help you schedule a call with one of our live agents to answer any questions? If so, which day are you available? I can also answer any questions now if you reply. So let's kind of get into how it might be able to handle questions, because maybe this person isn't so easy. They don't want to just immediately schedule a call. They probably have a reason that they abandoned their cart. So let's do a couple of objections. So maybe they bounced out of the shopping cart because they're not used to buying internet, phone, utilities through a self-serve buyflow. So they might ask a question like, how does this work, right? It's pretty standard, pretty fair question to ask. The AI agent can be trained on that question, and it can answer and say, we help you compare and sign up for internet, phone, or utility services. You can ask questions or schedule a call with a live agent for assistance. And then it's going to remember that the goal here is to answer the question, but also try to get them back into the checkout funnel. So it's going to ask, when are you free for a call? Now let's give it a harder question. Let's say, how much does this cost? Now this is a fairly complicated question because it depends on what you were buying in your shopping cart and how you abandon it. I have trained this AI agent in a way where it's basically a broker of internet services, and it doesn't necessarily charge the consumer for its fees because the internet dealer, the actual telco carrier, pays out the Pitchit broker in this situation. And so its answer is perfect. It's spot on. Our service is free. You only pay for the internet, phone, or utility plan that you choose. Let me know if you want specific details on the plans. Also, if you're interested, what's a good time for a call, right? That's a great answer. That's exactly how we train the agent. Now, if you work at a telco carrier, you'd probably answer differently, and you'd say, here's what AT&T costs. What's your address? Let me look up the pricing and serviceability right now. Totally valid and really easy to train the agent on that. In this case, though, I trained the agent to basically be a broker whose service is free because the broker is paid by the telco carrier that ultimately this consumer signs up for. So it did answer the question properly. And let's give it one more. We do get a lot of questions when we're brokering things about hidden fees. So the question might come up, are there hidden fees? Is this a scam? Why am I paying for you? Why wouldn't I sign up directly with the telco carrier or internet dealer themselves? These are really common. And so it's going to say there's no hidden fees. You only pay for the plan you select from the provider. Pretty standard. It's definitely the right question and answer that we've trained it on. And then it's going to get into when can we book a time to call, right? So let's now say my concerns have been answered. I no longer want to abandon this cart, and I actually want to come back into the shopping experience. So I can say, call me tomorrow at 9 p.m., right? Something like that. Now it's going to get into its scheduling agent. So it's done answering objections, and it's going to get into booking a call where an AI agent can actually call you. And then we run into a snag, right? The call center is closed at 9 p.m. We're only open from 8 to 5 on Tuesday, and today's Monday as of recording this call. And so it's asking if they could choose a different time. This is actually excellent. This is exactly what it's supposed to do because the recipient wants to be called after the call center is closed. And again, we've made some assumptions. We've trained the AI agent that its call center is Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. You can change those times and retrain the agent accordingly, but it is doing its job and demonstrating that it has an awareness of time. And so let's say that the person says, that's fine, call me at 10 a.m. Tuesday, right? Now you've got the time being booked within your call center's time that they're actually open, and so it should be willing to book a meeting, but we've hit another quick snag. where it doesn't know the exact time zone. So 10 a.m. Eastern could be really early in California time. And so the AI agent's actually asking, what is the time zone? And again, this is what it was designed to do. So it has some spatial recognition of who this recipient is and what exact time they're expecting to call. Let's say that this person's on Central. Now it should have all the information it needs to book a time within the time frame that the call center is open at the time zone of the recipient that's preferred. And so it says, thanks for your response. We'll call you at the time. So what's happening on the back end here is it's booking a meeting and sending the reminder to the recipient, which in this case is me. And then the AI agent is going to call me at 10 a.m. tomorrow on Tuesday. And it might use a script like, let's do a new script here. So let's give it a new script for that call at 10 a.m. It could say, hi, this is Pitchit speaking on a recorded line. You asked us to call you to discuss setting up internet services. I have a live agent ready. May I transfer you now, or would you like to reschedule, right? Just maybe offer it just in case. In this case, I'm going to say, yes, transfer me now, right? And at that point in time, it's going to transfer, and the call is going to make it through closed one deal, right? So this is effectively how you could train an AI agent to do callbacks and turn what would have been an abandoned cart into an inbound call getting transferred into your call center the next day. Thanks for watching.